Hey guys, today on People Now, we'll show you how Kobe Bryant's daughter is paying tribute to her dad and sister.
Katy Perry honors her late grandmother with a special post.
A Quiet Place is back with a second thrilling installment. Star Millicent Simmons is telling us about teaming up with John Krasinski and Emily Blunt for round 2.
All I want to do is give my opinion at all times.
The amazing Clinton Kelly with a new season of Spring Baking Championship.
Plus,
I just flip the switch.
we are flipping the switch with J-Lo, A-Rod, and literally everyone else on the internet.
It's all live today on People Now. Let's go.
Ooh, here we go. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to People Now. Hope you had a great weekend.
We lost an hour, so it feels like a Monday.
You can kind of, yeah, it's funny how it's just an hour, but I actually do.
I mean, I didn't know until recently. Like, I didn't know last night, so it's
Yeah.
kind of placebo that I'm so
The other
exhausted.
challenge for the weekend was it was so nice.
It was-
But I had this weird debate of do I still go out because everyone's
You were biking in the park,
I was
right?
biking in the park, but everyone's freaking out about the coronavirus. I'm like, do I go out or not? And even though it's warm, so I went out.
You took a risk.
Took a risk for the weather. All right. There's even more interesting stuff to talk about, believe it or not. We're kicking off today's show with some royal news. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have reunited with the royal family for the annual Commonwealth Day service at Westminster Abbey. Unlike the last two times, the couple were not part of the Queen's procession and were instead led to their seats before the Queen. Prince Charles and Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall, made their entrance. This outing marks the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's last official royal appearance. Harry and Meghan will remain president and vice president of the Queen's Commonwealth Trust. The trust champions young leaders around the world. Now, during their time back in the UK, Meghan and Harry did get in some quality time with the Queen. The monarch invited the couple to join her for church service in Windsor. A source tells People, quote, "It was a really sweet gesture by the Queen." And that source adds that it's telling in the sense that these two are still her family, and as family, they all love each other. The move echoes the rare and emotional statement made by the Queen earlier this year after the royal couple decided to step down as senior members of the royal family. The Queen said that Meghan, Harry, and Archie will always be much-loved members of her family. Their time in the UK hasn't been all about family, though. Harry and Meghan marked International Women's Day on Sunday with a video posted on the Sussex Royal Instagram account. The video is of Meghan's surprise visit to a special assembly at the Robert Clack School in East London on Friday. The Duchess interacted with students and toured the school. We're going to have more International Women's Day tributes later on the show. Stick around for that. All right, Kobe Bryant's oldest daughter, Natalia, has that Mamba mentality. On Sunday, Vanessa Bryant posted a photo on her Instagram of Natalia posing in front of a mural honoring her late dad and little sister Gianna as she headed to her winter formal. Vanessa captioned the post in part with a heart emoji saying, "My babies." Natalia smiling, looks gorgeous in a navy blue and white dress with tan heels. Fans, of course, flooded Vanessa's comments section with compliments. NBA star Dwayne Wade and Khloe Kardashian both commented with heart emojis. Lenny Kravitz wrote in all caps, "Love." The post comes just 1 week after Vanessa's legal team spoke out about the allegations that Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputies shared graphic photos of the helicopter crash, that site where Kobe, Gianna, and 7 others were killed. Now, in the statement, they denounced the inexcusable acts of injustice and called on an internal affairs investigation of these alleged incidents. The Los Angeles County Sheriff's Office also released a statement claiming an investigation surrounding the allegations was underway. Some more news here. Katy Perry paying tribute to her late grandmother, Ann Hudson, who passed away on Sunday. In a touching Instagram post, Katy writes in part, quote, "She was a wonderful grandma, and I will forever carry some of her in me. When my wit comes out, that's Ann. When my authenticity comes out, that's Ann. When my stubbornness comes out, hell, that's Ann. When my fighter spirit comes out, that's Ann. And when my style comes out, that's Ann. May she rest in deep peace." That was Katy's statement. Prior to her grandmother's passing, Katy did get to reveal her pregnancy news to her while she was in the hospital. And Perry shared that moment on Instagram with her followers. Take a look.
"I'm pregnant, Grandma."
Don't tell anybody.
But Katy is finally pregnant. She's the last one, but I have a baby inside me. And I wanted to tell that to you. Don't say
Oh, such a special moment there. Katy would often bring her grandmother to award shows. The two would walk the red carpets together. A really beautiful tribute. We send our condolences to Katy and her family. All right, Andrea, you've got more for us in Star Treks today.
Yes, I do. We are kicking off Star Trek today with one awesome red carpet debut. Dwayne Wade's daughter Zaya made her first red carpet appearance Saturday night along with her dad and stepmom Gabrielle Union since coming out as transgender in February. The power trio attended the 2020 Truth Awards and were looking fierce. Zaya wore a custom bright green tuxedo jacket with black pants, a pink sash, and black boots as she posed for photos beside Dwayne and Gabrielle, who wore coordinating outfits. I really like how they all coordinate here. I think it's really cool. They accessorized with matching natural sapphire necklaces. Zaya and Gabrielle finished their looks with matching Ophira Jewels diamond band rings. During the ceremony, both Dwayne and Gabrielle made speeches thanking their friends, stylist Jason Bolden and his husband Adair, for supporting Zaya. They also spoke about how they educated themselves when Zaya came out to them. Dwayne and Gabrielle were more than happy to show off her momentous night on Instagram, posting many pictures and behind-the-scenes videos of the evening. Dwayne wrote in one post about how they couldn't have been prouder of Zaya. And Gabrielle wrote, "We keep moving forward. We keep leading with love, light, and hope for a better, more inclusive world. Stay put and stay mad if you want. We keep it pushing, always." I love that. All right, moving on to this. Jay-Z also enjoyed a night out with his daughter. Blue Ivy Carter joined her dad at the Staples Center on Sunday to watch an NBA game. The rapper and his eldest daughter were all smiles as they sat courtside to watch the action. They even posed for the cameras, met with some of the players. Both were dressed pretty casually for the outing. Jay-Z wore a gray sweatshirt, black pants, and white sneakers. He accessorized with a gold chain and a baseball cap. Blue Ivy rocked black pants, a gray shirt with a silver accent, and some Fendi combat boots. And look at her oversized denim jacket here with the phrase, "Blue is my name," printed on the back. She's got some style. She also wore her hair in long braids, looking great. The father-daughter duo share a close bond, and Jay-Z has opened up about their relationship in the past, including during a 2018 appearance on David Letterman's Netflix show, My Next Guest Needs No Introduction. The rapper revealed one of his favorite moments with Blue Ivy was when she once told him, after he told her to get into a car, that she did not like the way he told her to get into that car, and that it hurt her feelings. And he recalls telling his daughter, "That's the most beautiful thing you've ever said to me." Really like their relationship. All right, Courtney Cox's daughter, Coco, can sing. Courtney shared a sweet video of her 15-year-old, who she shares with her ex-husband, David Arquette, belting out Demi Lovato's ballad, Anyone. Take a listen.
Anything to get me by.
So a little quick snippet there. I want to hear more. I guess you can go to her Instagram. Very beautiful. That's proud mom Courtney on the piano. She captioned her post, "When you have a teenager, you barely get to see them. So much negotiating. Coco traded me one song if I let her go to a party. I took it." There you go. Several famous friends were floored by the performance, including Laura Dern, who wrote "Gorgeous Coco," while Sarah Hyland dropped a series of sobbing emojis. And Courtney's friend Kate Hudson wrote, "Oh honey, her voice." This mother-daughter duo not only sing together, they dance together too. Courtney posted this video to Instagram with the caption, "Want to see your child lose their patience? Do a TikTok with them." I mean, she's keeping up there.
She's doing
That's
it,
really
yeah.
fun. Do you dance or sing with your kids, Jeremy?
Oh, all the time. You know, we have like a disco ball, like with lights and stuff. We turn on and have a dance party.
Would you let them start TikTok accounts?
Absolutely not.
No?
No time. They're little. They're so little. They're not on
Well,
social
you
media.
have some epic TikToks coming up in a little bit. Not your like really young children.
Yeah, right.
All right. According to a source, Ben Affleck and Knives Out actress Ana de Armas are definitely dating. The couple is currently enjoying a romantic getaway together. They were spotted on Thursday in Ana's hometown of Havana, eating and walking around. They were pictured smiling and laughing by photographers and fans who asked to take some photos with them. And the source tells people that the pair left Havana on Saturday night and were seen making out in the airport before they boarded their private jet, as you do. And Ana shared a photo on her Twitter with Ben and a cook from a restaurant that they visited there. The couple recently wrapped filming the psychological thriller Deep Water in New Orleans. The two actors were seen filming throughout the city several times, were spotted off-set as well. A fan tweeted about spotting them at a bar together in January. An onlooker even commented, quote, "Ben Affleck right behind me spitting game to Ana de Armas in Spanish all night long is a vibe." Deep Water is set to be released November 2020. And I just learned Ben is actually fluent in Spanish.
It's impressive.
Jeremy?
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's very, very impressive. All right.
It's in the game out there.
Those are your Star Treks for today.
All right, stay with us. We're talking with Clinton Kelly about the new season of Spring Baking Championship. Plus, A Quiet Place 2 star Millicent Simmons joins us. She's here live talking all about that sequel. Stick around. All right, guys, now take a look at this.
Look, I just flipped the switch.
These are so addicting.
This hit my feed last night, and I watched it over and over and laughed every time at A-Rod. Unbelievable. J-Lo and A-Rod flipping the switch. For those of you who don't know, it's a viral sensation. People taping themselves in front of a mirror, listening to Drake's nonstop, and at the lyric, "I just flipped a switch." they switch spots and switch outfits.
I mean, they really went above and beyond for this one. The baseball legend even took on J-Lo's sexy dance moves. I mean, I think they did a great job. I like that he's fully dedicated. Even is wearing her earrings there.
So good. The swirl. And he just, you know what, it's just enough, and then he gets out before it gets super cringy. The trend's been taken over TikTok after Senator Elizabeth Warren got in on the fun during her time on SNL this past weekend. Warren did the challenge with Kate McKinnon. They even matched in the blue blazers there. Kate has been playing Warren in sketches for the comedy series. This was a perfect pairing. The duo took turns dancing. You can tell that Kate kind of wants to laugh there as we, I mean, look at this.
Warren's dance moves here, just closing her eyes like that.
Warren made a surprise appearance on SNL. This 10-second clip, though, I think turned out to be the best thing to come of the whole.
I watched it 100 times. It's so good. Drake himself even responded to Warren doing the dance on Instagram, writing, "Wow, I need to come home."
After seeing these amazing takes on the challenge, Andrea and I decided to kind of get in on it ourselves. I'm embarrassed already, but go ahead.
Look, I just flipped the switch.
I love it.
got
Let's watch
it.
one more time. And
boom!
It's pretty good.
Wow,
I felt really
those
cool in that
legs,
power suit.
unbelievable. It's so sad. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
it's so fun. All right.
Is it fun?
It is fun. All right, we're going to move on to this. Meghan Markle wasn't the only one celebrating International Women's Day on Sunday.
Angelina Jolie penned a powerful essay to Time titled "Why Girls Deserve Love and Respect on International Women's Day." She writes, "We must do more to protect girls in all societies."
And she adds that her wish is that we value girls, care for them, and know that the stronger they grow, the healthier they will be, and the more they will give back to their family and community.
Nicole Kidman honored the day by paying tribute to her mother and sister. She captioned a picture of them saying, "We can always use more opportunities to celebrate the deeply special women in our lives."
Former First Lady Michelle Obama celebrated by talking about her organization, Girls Opportunity Alliance, which has the goal to empower women and girls by providing educational opportunities. And that's YouTube star Liza Koshy in the photo as well. In the lengthy post, Obama encourages people to make women's voices heard.
Pink celebrated International Women's Day by sharing a sweet photo on her Instagram with her daughter Willow and son Jameson. She captioned the pic, "Strong women, may we know them, may we raise them, may we be them."
And Ashley Graham is celebrating her first International Women's Day as a mother. On Sunday, the model marked the special day with a powerful photo of herself while in labor.
In the lengthy post, she captioned the powerful pic, "This is the face of my greatest strength, the greatest pain that I've ever known, and the greatest accomplishment that I've ever achieved on this International Women's Day. Understand that despite whatever pain or trial we have all experienced as women, we are also strong, powerful, and capable of accomplishing greatness."
Yeah, I think those are amazing tributes there to all the women in their lives. What'd you do for International
Oh,
Women's Day?
let me just say this. My girls, like at this point, the older one frequently says, like girls, she'll just say to me like, "Daddy, girls are better at everything than boys." And I'm like, okay, can we walk it back a little bit? Is this like the message is really sticking? Like, not necessarily everything. Like we can have like, let's find like
some
an
balance.
equal balance
Yeah.
footing. And yes, women are amazing. And like, anyway.
That's cute.
But no, I love it. I keep having moments where I tell my girls, and my wife and I will be talking about like how much, I'm not just saying this to be like gushy and sentimental. My life is so much better with my little girls. It really is.
Yeah.
Like I think back about the time before that, and it's just unbelievable how they have changed things for me.
Wow, that's very sweet, Jeremy. All right, now we're going to move on to this.
People in Español's Poderosa's Live 2020 conference is taking place at the James L. Knight Center in Miami, Florida. It's on March 13th and 14th. The event is tied to People in Español's 25 Most Powerful Women franchise. It'll bring together dynamic Latina businesswomen, community leaders, activists, and celebrities to propel the momentum and progress that women continue to reach for.
People in Español has focused this year's theme around providing a clear vision for the future. Poderosa's Live will give attendees access to experts, panels, and workshops in the areas of finance, leadership, health, and entrepreneurship.
Women like motivational speaker Daisy Auger Dominguez, Dunkin' Donuts Director of Operations Luisa Aponte, and President of eMerge America Melissa Medina will all be part of Poderosa's Pro Masterclass event.
And you can register for the entire special two-day event at Poderosa's Pro 2020 Eventbrite.com. And stay tuned for conference updates via social media at People in Español and hashtag 25Poderosas.
Spring has sprung!
These 11 brilliant bakers will try to outbake their competition.
Insane.
Spring overload! I want to just lick the plate.
And win $25,000.
Amazing!
This show just makes you smile.
Looks so good.
And it makes you hungry. Lifestyle expert Clinton Kelly, famous from stints hosting What Not to Wear and The Chew, is back hosting the Food Network's Spring Baking Championship, where 11 bakers face off, making over-the-top spring desserts. They're judged by Nancy Fuller, Duff Goldman, and Lorraine Pascal. It looks amazing. Look at that.
Yeah, I know. Ahead of tonight's season premiere, we spoke to Clinton about the show and much more, including how much of the desserts he actually ate while filming the season. So take a look.
I reserved.
Okay.
I let Nancy Fuller, who's a judge, who I stand next to, when she would look me in the eye, I could tell when something was great. She'd be like, "You need to eat this." She'd be like,
Okay. Oh, that's when you knew. Signal, secret signal.
So then she would like take a perfect spoonful from me, like with a little bit of cake, a little bit of frosting, a little bit of filling, and just give me one perfect bite. That's my ideal dessert situation.
Especially when you're going to get one from that, one bite from that, one bite from that, just a little taste. I like the feel-good nature of the show. Do we see the claws come out a little more? Or no?
I'm gonna be honest with you, no.
No, okay, that's good. That's not what the show is.
It's not what the show is.
Right.
It's just like, I think it's this, like, it's a nice show as an escape from everything else that you're listening to on the news. Like, I mean, I've put myself on a news diet because I end up being in a bad mood. This, if you want to be in a good mood, it's the perfect show for you. You can watch it with your family and not have to discuss all sorts of strains of this and, you know, people backstabbing each other. I'm over it. I don't have the energy for this anymore.
That's actually a very good point. If there's ever been a time for escapism on TV, I think we're in it.
We are 100%.
Yeah.
100% emoji.
Between the three judges, Nancy, Duff, and Lorraine, who would you say you would be the most nervous to have judging you?
Oh, wow. That's a good question. I never even thought about that.
Yeah, and like it turns, they're all looking at you, and they're on who knows what they're judging. Maybe they're judging your food.
I'm going to say Lorraine.
Oh, why?
Look, I've worked with Lorraine now twice, and I'm still scared of her.
Yeah?
I'm just scared of her. She's intense. Lorraine intimidates me. She's beautiful. She's super fit. She knows what she's talking about. I'm intimidated by Lorraine.
Do you ever wish that you could be a little less impartial? You know, because you're in this role where you're kind of like, you're the traffic cop. You're moving it along, but that you could dive in there a little bit. And
I want that so much.
Do you really?
You have no idea, Jeremy. That's all I want to do is give my opinion at all times. And they're like, it's not your job. Shut up. That's all I ever want to do is tell people what to do and give my opinion.
It's like that. Yeah, that's your goal for season 3.
Yeah, that's my goal just for life. Tell everybody what to do all the time.
Okay.
We also spoke to Clinton about the other phases of his career, from What Not to Wear to The Chew, and asked him what stands out to him now about those times.
But I feel like I'm very proud of the fact that when I throw myself into something, I do the best I can possibly do. So before I did What Not to Wear, I wasn't like a makeover master. Like I had worked in the fashion industry, you know, as a journalist. But I'm gonna be the best makeover artist that I can possibly be, and I'm gonna like learn about every body type and what looks best on them. And then when I got The Chew, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do the best possible interview with the celebrity that I can possibly do while simultaneously sautéing a chicken. Right, and it's hard.
No, that is it's difficult.
Imagine I was asking you to make a lasagna while we're sitting here.
We're doing this. Absolutely impossible, right? Yeah. No, that is an accomplishment.
So I feel like those are accomplishments.
If you had to look at like moving forward, is there something else that you'd like to sort of dive into, take on in a different genre of hosting, maybe that you haven't done yet?
I really just want to retire. I just crawl into a hole somewhere. I'm just gonna let my hair go gray, my beard grow out, and stop going to the dermatologist for fillers and just crawl into a cave and never come out again.
Are you still in touch with your co-hosts from The Chew?
Yes, I am. I'm mostly in touch with Carla and Michael, so I text them like at least once a week.
I think fans would love to see you guys work together again.
I think you're right, because they tell me that on social all the time. You know, I really miss them. That was a dream job, I did that for 7 years, and all the time during the 7 years, I'm like, this can't possibly last forever, because it's a dream. And then when it ended, it was like, well, dream's dead. And I thought maybe somebody would pick us up to like have a show with the three of us, but nope. Moving on.
7 years, though.
7 years.
In this world, that's an eternity.
It was great. Yeah, it was exactly. I mean, look, I did What Not to Wear for 10. I did The Chew for 7. I mean, like, I don't know.
You're doing it. Don't want to.
Star.
All right, let's move on to this. Love is Blind stars Lauren Speed and Cameron Hamilton. They were in our studios at the same time that Clinton was here. He ran into them right before our interview. He, turns out, is a huge fan of theirs. Watch what he had to say.
The show, for me, a little hit and miss, but I'm obsessed with them. I love them. I love them both equally. I love them together.
What about them?
They need to stay married forever and ever and ever. And have
Please, God,
beautiful
make it
babies.
work. Make it
Please
work.
make it work. If it doesn't work, I have no faith left in TV or humanity.
Okay. Wow. There's a lot riding on
There
these
is a
two,
lot.
and I just hope it all pans out.
I so want, I was saying in the back, I was like, I really would like to be in a throuple with them, but not in a sexual way, just to be married to both of them. Like, I would just be happy to be part of their life, and I'd make them breakfast in the morning.
Okay, yeah. A friendly, sort of almost like a butler-esque role,
Yeah,
making breakfast in the morning.
I'd like to be a partner. in it.
Yeah, something like that. Okay, nice. So, Love is Blind season 2 is going to be off the hook when you get.
When I'm in it, yes. When they have to choose a third, and I'm behind the wall. They're like, "What do you look like?" I'm like, "Don't worry about that. I'm not an old white guy, not an old gay white guy or anything."
He's so funny about that. Just a casual throuple, right? You can watch Clinton tonight on the season premiere of Spring Baking Championship at 9 p.m. Eastern on Food Network.
Oh my goodness, the tension is there. We first met Millicent Simmons as Reagan Abbott in the edge of your seat thriller, A Quiet Place, starring alongside John Krasinski and Emily Blunt. And now she's back in the much anticipated sequel, hitting theaters March 20th. She joins us now with her interpreter, Lynette Taylor. Thank you all for being here. It's good to see you both.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you for having me again. It's so good to see both of you.
We loved this movie. We were
loved
sitting
it.
next to each other, freaking out. You had the big premiere on Sunday night, so how did that go?
It was huge. It was a huge success last night. Everyone was there, and it was so wonderful to be reunited and see everyone again. And everyone looks so beautiful.
John Krasinski has said that he called you before you actually, I think it was before you ever read the script, kind of encouraging you that, hey, the movie's going to ride on your shoulders a lot more and that you were ready. What were some of the things that he said to you that really stuck out?
He did. He called me after a few months when we finished A Quiet Place. After he came out, he called me, and we felt like, oh, how could you follow up this movie? It was so perfect. Why would you have a sequel? But John called, and it was about a 45-minute conversation. He said, "Just Millie, tell me what you think about this." And when I heard that it was much more action-oriented and so emotionally intense, of course I had to do it.
I mean, I like the sequel maybe even more than the first movie, which
which
never
is rare,
ever
right?
happens.
Yeah.
I mean, you're working
I
with
know.
John Krasinski and Emily Blunt again. What's your favorite thing about working with the couple?
Well, there's so many things. John, I just love the way he directs. He comes in willing to explore, and he's always asking the talent, what would you do in this situation? What feels real to you? And Emily just brings a sense of humor. She always brings lightness to the stage. She brought in a fake gun one time. I mean, really, so she's a bit of a prankster. And she's just wonderful.
Yeah. You obviously spent a lot of time with Emily Blunt during some of the most intense scenes and just reuniting with her. Do you have this mother-daughter type vibe, or is it more like, hey, big sister or friend? What's the kind of relationship?
I mean, for sure, it's a mother and daughter relationship. It feels like our friendship is based on that because of their film, and also our families know each other. I've met their children, and so Noah's family, my family, and their family feels like we're this one big extended family now. And they're such kind people, both on set and off set. I just love her.
That's so great.
Yeah. Now, this movie was more action-heavy than the first. What was the hardest thing you had to do physically?
Run. I ran so much. All I was doing was running every day. I had to make sure that I ate well, that I rested well, that I kept healthy so I could maintain the intensity. It helps that I'm young, too.
Yeah. Well, and you're barefoot a lot. At least it appeared to be the case.
Absolutely.
Which, what do you do? What's the foot care regimen there?
Well, I mean, they had to put fake blood and fake dirt on it, and then you're walking on the train tracks, and we'd have to wash off the dirt and make sure there weren't any cuts and things. And every weekend, I'd go to a spa.
I mean, whatever you need to get an
nice.
excuse for a good
Yeah.
petty, right? I mean,
You really carry a lot of this movie. You bring your character to the next level. What's your favorite thing about playing Reagan?
It's so amazing to be back with Regan. I mean, it's a very emotional moment for me. It's such a rare opportunity to be able to come back and re-enter a world or re-enter a story. I just love her. I love her confidence, her perseverance. I mean, you know, some people aren't a fan of her strong-willed personality, but I do, and I wish I was more like that in my daily life.
Yeah, and your character is obviously deaf in the movie. You are in real life as well. And, of course, sign language is worked into the script. Sign language is on screen. I would imagine that being on a movie set where people are speaking all the time in sign language would be a really special experience.
It was, and it is. We had an ASL coach and a sign language interpreter on set, so people were always asking them for how do you sign this, and asking for more history about American Sign Language and deaf culture, and it was really very, very, very important to see that. And people learn more than just their lines in sign language, so we could have more conversations and get to know each other more intimately. It was very nice.
That's so wonderful. What is your message to other young people out there in the deaf community who want to pursue acting?
What would I say? Keep doing it and do whatever makes you happy. Just make sure that, you know, that just take it easy and go take acting classes, meet the right people, and people who aren't supporting you, just let them go. That's my advice to people.
One final thing quickly. I remember talking to you, what, a year ago, 2 years ago, something like that. This whole thing was kind of taking off for you. What is the most significant change in your life today, the thing that you love the most, that is so different and unpredictable, something you could have never expected compared to your life back then on day one?
Oh my gosh, I mean, it is a life change. It is a life change. It's affected me in school. It's affected my family relationships, my friend relationships. I'm traveling more. I'm meeting so many more interesting people. I'm now having to take school online so I can stay ahead and hopefully graduate early. It's really been such a wonderful, fun experience for me.
Well, thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
thank you.
You're so good in this. Everyone, you have to check it out. A Quiet Place Part 2 hits theaters on March 20th.
A memo which showed Kupriyan knew about the toxicity and failed to act. Because you withheld the documents, payouts were lower and workers got screwed.
So it was two of the senior partners, and when it came out, they were disbarred. It's all on the public record.
The other 7 of us on the team had no clue what was going on. You didn't know. I had no idea the memo existed. None of us did. Not until later. Lisa, when it comes out, and it almost certainly will, I'm not sure anyone will believe that. Well, let's start with you. With me. Do you believe me?
We don't know.
What's gonna happen?
That's a clip from tonight's new episode of All Rise. Simone Missick stars as Judge Lola Carmichael in this legal drama.
Yeah, and Simone is the first African-American woman to lead a series on CBS, and she told me how she got the role and what it's meant to her. Watch.
My goodness. So I was working on Altered Carbon and got a call from my people, and they were like, hey, they want to see you for this show. And I was like, I gotta go to work in the morning. They were like, okay, well, can you fly in on Saturday? I was like, okay. Flew in on Saturday, 2-hour-long audition, found out on Tuesday I booked it, started shooting it on Friday. Never had a full, and was shooting Altered Carbon that Thursday. So finished work, 2 in the morning, flew to LA to shoot that Friday. Didn't really have time to take in what it was, but knowing that there are so few women who are judges on the bench in the United States, and even less African-American women, it feels like an honor to be able to portray that, because so often we see that people become what they see. I get messages all the time from young women, young men who are like, I'm in law school, I think I want to become a judge. And that's amazing to be able to play a character that can then inspire change in people.
Yeah, it really is. In some ways, it sounds so simple, but it's profound and makes such a big difference. You become what you see, right?
Yeah.
If you're able to envision something and look and say, there it is, then you can set your sights on it
And see that it's possible.
Yeah. How's it different from other legal dramas out there?
It's not a procedural. It's not that it goes through this every week. You know, there's so much humor on the show. We call my character the Lola Coaster. We like to take our audiences on a roller coaster ride of emotions. You know, at one moment you could think, wow, that guy's gonna get shot. And in the next moment you're laughing and you're like, what is going on in the show? So
Okay.
It's definitely an emotional ride. I would say it's a hybrid between a comedy and a drama.
Oh, that's fun. And probably fun to kind of play with that tone, right?
Totally. I mean, literally, in the first episode of the pilot, I'm taking a moment. My co-star, Ruthie Ann Miles, is like, get in here. We need to hurry up and get this going. I'm like, I need a moment. Because this is really important for me. The audience is with me. And I walk in, and they're like, all rise. And you can see that this is this moment this woman has waited for her entire career. And boop, fall flat on my face.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's the show. Like, that is the show in a nutshell.
Your Honor, or Judge Carmichael, and do not interrupt me.
Have there been any particular sort of cases represented in the show that meant a lot to you to put out there and kind of represent it in this way?
So the second episode, which was the scariest episode for, I think, all of us as cast members to shoot, because it dealt with ICE. It dealt with an illegal immigrant who's in the country, and it was, whose jurisdiction is it? Is it the federal government's jurisdiction, or is it the local government? And so there's this fight going on, and we as cast members were like, I cannot believe we are doing this in the second episode. We're gonna lose people, because it was such a hot button topic in our country.
If you so much as set foot in my courtroom, I will charge you with contempt.
I just saw that you celebrated your 8-year anniversary.
8 years.
8 years of marriage. Congratulations.
Woo! Thank
Boom.
you so
Do it.
much.
That's real deal. And that ring, okay, that rings.
He did good.
He did good.
It's on the show every week, guys. This is the first time that they weren't like,
Take it off.
Take it off. They were like, can we use that? I said, absolutely.
Yeah, please do. And he will be very happy. But talk about that. 8 years. How do you keep the fire alive today?
A lot of flights.
Okay. Yeah. Making time.
He is a working actor. He's on a show on ABC, For Life, that shoots at the same time that our show shoots in LA.
We were talking about that. Great show. Check it out. We had some of the cast here.
It's an important story as well, telling the other side of the justice system, which is great. But it takes a lot of flights.
What was the spark for you two at the beginning? How did you know he was the one?
Oh my goodness. So I, our first date was on Valentine's Day.
Really?
We had met maybe 2 weeks prior at an audition, and he was helping run the audition. I saw him, I was like, he's cute, hope I get the job. Didn't get the job. But then the person who was producing the project, this was a web series, so the guy, he's like, hey, I'm throwing a party, and I was like, that is unprofessional unless I didn't get the job, and then I can go meet that guy.
Okay, right.
He was like, nope, you didn't get the job. I was like, cool, I'll be there. And so I go in February 13th, meet my husband in his living room. We danced all night. And the next day he asked me over for Valentine's Day dinner. And I was like, well, clearly this guy isn't like dating anybody else, so he's available if I'm his date on Valentine's Day.
And by the way, bold move, like right out of the gate, Valentine's Day.
Like, he was not playing around. He cooked me dinner. I made him cupcakes. Like, it was all very sweet. And then, he said he fell in love with me in that kitchen. Like, he knew that day he was gonna marry me. And 9 months later, he proposed to me. Like, it was very quick.
He knew in the kitchen. When did you know?
I think I knew. My mom and my aunt came to visit. This was before they moved to LA. I said, my mom's in town. I would really like for you to meet her. And he took her out to dinner with my aunt and treated them just so lovely. And that was when I knew. I was like, if you can make my mom laugh and make my aunt happy, and my brother fell in love with him when he met him. My dad was like, I like that guy.
So it's like, okay, there's something there. Yeah.
This can work.
And you can catch All Rise Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern on CBS.
All right, coming up tomorrow, we are recapping night 1 of the Bachelor finale with Kayla Quinn and Jason Tartick. Can't wait.
Plus, we are joined live by actress Miriam Shore. She's starring in the new Netflix crime drama, Lost Girls. Thank you so much for watching. For now, we leave you with one last thing from Vinny, JWoww, The Situation, Dina, and Snooki. Bye.
Bye, guys.
What up? We're the cast of Jersey Shore Family Vacation, and this is one last thing. The last show I binge watched.
Jersey Shore.
Yes, good answer.
Yes, he's in the building.
I watched that cheer show on Netflix.
They've won the grand championship several times. They could beat anybody.
Anyone else?
Oh, Schitt's Creek. Sabrina.
Sabrina.
Yes.
My last date night.
I went out last night with my husband because my mom had
Cheated.
CJ. The last song stuck in my head.
Mickey Mouse?
Yeah.
Clubhouse.
Oh yeah, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
I got all those TikTok songs in my head.
Oh my God, no, she just won like 5 Grammys. Just won like
Billie Eilish?
Yes.
Yeah.
Billie Eilish.
Eyelash.
Eyelash? Billie Eyelash?
You're 90. Oh my God.